Hello and welcome to the final week of my final project diaries. So this week is going to be mainly focused on colour correction and getting everything to look how I want it to look for my final piece. I have set up some nodes in DaVinci and I've started colour correcting. Here are some pictures of my colour correction nodes and it's going okay. Colour correction is not my strong point at all. It's a real weakness for me just because I don't believe I have an eye for it, but I'm trying very hard to get it working, I guess. For me, with colour correction, it's been really difficult to understand when it looks good or not and when it looks correct. And I think that's because I don't have a very big background in colour correction. I think that's why I struggle a bit. But today is Monday and I have received a hard drive from my dad, which has 2 terabytes worth of storage on it. I have put my timeline, I have put all my videos, all my music, everything I need from my PC onto my hard drive. I'm going to take it into university tomorrow and I'm going to hopefully finish up everything. Because some of the shots are Zoom calls and some of them are quite foggy, like these two have a lot going on, I'm going to use the denoise, which is only on the paid version of DaVinci, which is on the university computers. So I'll be going into university to finish those things off to make these ones look better, and hopefully I will be done. So at the minute, my documentary reaches 8 minutes and 48 seconds. I'm hoping that will stretch to 9 minutes by the time I finish rendering it. Oh, my computer's blinking at me. I'm very nearly done. I've only got this last few things to do for colour correction and then I'm finished. I think if you were to ask me last year what I wanted to do for my final project, I would have said, not a Scooby-Doo. I have no idea. After some thinking and after some research, I believe that doing a documentary on women in motorsports has been an insane journey. I've learned so much about how women are represented in the media. I've learned so much about how trans people are represented in the media and how toxic of a community this fan base is. I have learned that it's not only the sport that needs to be changed, but it's the fans too. And I'm so incredibly grateful for all the support I've had along this journey. I want to say a big thanks to Sam, Charlie, Andrew. I want to say a big thanks to Jack and Macy. I want to say a huge thank you to Will, to Ben, to Matt. I want to say a huge thank you to AR Carts for letting me use their track to film the vast majority of my footage. I want to say thank you to Marty, to Libby, and to Natalie for being in my documentary. And of course, I want to thank the amazing Jenny for helping me along the way and dealing with my emails throughout this journey. Bless her. I think in a month's time, once it's been submitted, if I looked back on it, I'd say I think I did a good job. But for now, I'm still crawling to the finish line. And I still have a few things to go, but I'm definitely on schedule. So yeah, today is only Monday. I've got a lot more editing to do tomorrow. I'm going to spend the whole day in uni, hopefully, just editing these last final things. I would like it to be done by Thursday. Since I'm at work Thursdays from 1, I will not have any time on Thursday afternoon, but I'm really hoping Thursday morning or maybe Friday morning I can submit it and be done. It's actually crazy. It's so crazy to think that this time next week I will not have to edit any more of my timeline. I will have no more things to film and I'll be completely done. Yes, I'll be writing an essay about it, but I won't have anything more practical to do. I feel kind of sad. This is what I've been working on and working towards for the past so long. I think once I'm finished, I'll feel so lost that I won't have anything to work towards, anything to finish. It's been a lot of fun. I've met some incredible people. I've done some incredible work. And I think it would just be nice to be finished and to not have it in the back of my mind all the time. And to not be worried that I'm saying the wrong thing or I'm doing the wrong thing. But I think this whole journey was worth it. and I'm so grateful for everyone and everything. For the rest of the day, I will be working with Charlie on their final project, their music video. I might do a bit of vlogging for that, but if not, I will see you tomorrow in uni for my colour correction. See you in a bit. You have no idea how hard lighting a candle on camera is until you've burnt yourself like 4 times trying to get this nice shot. So it's been a long last couple days. Obviously, I spent all of Tuesday in university working on my final project. I spent all of today in university working on my final project. And I think we're nearly there. I think it is finished. As in, everything is done, it's colour corrected, I've edited it as much as I can, but I'm still a little bit unsure. I don't think I'll ever be satisfied with it, unfortunately. I think I could probably work on this for the next couple months and still feel like I haven't done enough. I am a pessimist, unfortunately, when it comes to my own work. I think I have worked really incredibly hard to get this footage, to get this edit together, to do all of this hard work. And I'm very proud of the work I've done. But as a pessimist, I will forever feel like I could do better. So the last 2 days that I've spent in uni have mainly been working on colour correction. So I've been doing things like setting up my node tree in DaVinci, working on getting the exposure right, getting the saturation right, figuring out the white balance as well. I also decided that on Libby's interview, since they were filmed over Zoom, the background window was very overexposed, so I chose to key out the background and just focus on Libby. Those clips needed a lot of noise reduction and a lot of focus as well, since the footage was really blurry. It was a very, very long process. What I started to do was to key out Libby using the magic mask, and then I would add noise reduction and I'd sharpen her image, and then I'd add another mask on top of that, invert it to create the background and add a blur effect to it so that it looks like the background of her was blurred out. And then I applied this to all my interview footage with her. It took a while to do. It took a while to figure out. There were a lot of different iterations just because the window was so overexposed. I tried not doing any of the masks and just adding noise reduction, lowering the exposure, but it just made the footage look really, really bad. So instead I decided to key out the background, make a mask over her, and then invert it and add the blur to it. A lot of the AR carts footage had a lot of noise in it as well, so I used the denoise and the sharpen effects to clear up that footage as well. I had a lot of problems when it came to the exposure. In a lot of the footage, they would come up with like black and white splodges on the screen, and I had to figure out how to fix that. Basically, it was a combination of the footage being overexposed and the noise reduction being on top of that. It would just flip the footage out. So I lowered the noise reduction a little bit. I upped the blend on it as well. Then I lowered the exposure a tad and it seemed to figure it out. So I applied this to the rest of the clips. I used the spatial noise reduction. On most of Libby's footage, I used chroma rather than luma because a lot of the noise was sort of greens and purples coming up. So to erase that, I used a higher value on the chroma slider. On some of the footage from AR cars, I used the luma slider because there was quite a lot of noise in those as well. I think I've learned a lot from this color grading experience. As I said before, color grading isn't really my strong suit, but I think I've learned so much on this journey that I can say I'm decent at it now. But I really struggled. I did about 8 hours today of editing, and then I did 7 yesterday. I'm not really sure what else I can do, to be honest. I'm not really happy with how Libby's footage turned out. Don't get me wrong, everything she said in the interviews were wonderful, but how the footage turned out, how the picture turned out, I'm really not happy with it. I think if I was to do it again, I'd definitely choose to go and shoot the interview in person rather than doing it over Zoom call. Realistically, it wouldn't have worked out because I'd have to travel up north to see her with my kit, and I'd have to book a hotel overnight, and it would have been a very expensive and a very long journey for me, so it wouldn't have worked out as well. But if I was to redo this project with a lot more time and a bigger budget, I would definitely choose to go and film the interview in person rather than a Zoom call. As Natalie and Marty's interview footage turned out, I think it's fair to say that they went really, really well, and the footage turned out exactly how I want it to. I don't know. I think I've worked so hard over the last couple days. Well, to be fair, I've worked hard over the last couple months to produce this documentary. But over the last 2 days, I've just been honing in on one specific element, which is the colour grading. And I think it's burnt me out a little bit, so I apologise if I'm a bit down in the dumps. I have saved the timeline onto my hard drive, so the plan for tomorrow is to get up early again, go into uni and render out a higher quality of my timeline. And then hopefully I can upload it and save it to my computer. I've just got to wait to see if my extension goes through. If it doesn't, then I'm quite happy with the timeline I've made at the moment. If it does, then I can add some feedback from my supervisor, and then hopefully I'll be done. If I see you tomorrow, I'll see you tomorrow. It's gone 10 p.m, so I'm gonna go to bed. But thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in a bit.